Afternoon. Today we are very, very excited to have our own Delsi May over here with us, and we're very, very lucky to have her. Not only she has got two beautiful dogs, but she's also a mother of 5, and also she has got an outer personality. Stay tuned. Thank you very much for coming.
You're welcome, Florence.
So Delsi, thank you very much for coming onto the show, and
Welcome.
a little bit of yourself. So I understand that you're not just an avid dog lover, but you're also a singer.
Yes.
Could tell me more about it, please. So how long have you been singing?
Oh my word, for quite a few years now, more than I care to mention. Yeah, but it's always been my job, really. Yeah, I've been singing since I was in the church. Grew up in the church, singing in the choir. And then, you want to go down, Florence? And then, yeah, it just, actually, how it happened was I was coming home from school. I wanted to be a nurse. And I was coming home from school, and there was 2 old guys, and they were talking to each other. And he had a white Westie. And this dog was just sniffing, and the lorry clipped its head. And the guy turned around, picked up the dog, and the blood was just pouring out. From that moment on, I realised I couldn't be a nurse, because I just went to pieces with all the blood. And I went out a few days later with my friends and my sister, and I was a little bit on the squiffy side, and I was singing in the taxi. And the taxi man said to me, "Oh, my mate's looking for a singer in his band." And voila. So that's how it started.
And I also understand that you're not always known as Delsi May. So you have got another name. We have to share on that, please.
That's Ruby Washington. I'm called Ruby Washington.
And how did the name come about?
Oh, I had a recording contract, which they were arguing about. They wanted that percentage and that percentage, and I just decided, no, I wasn't going to do it. But they'd taken a photograph of me, and when they came back, they all had Ruby Washington on them. And I thought, okay, when these are all gone, then I'm going to change my name back to my real name, Delsi May. But by then, people knew who I was as Ruby Washington, so it had been established, so it didn't happen. So here I am, Ruby Washington.
So how many years have you been Ruby Washington?
Oh, crikey. I'm giving my age away now, aren't I? I started singing in 1982. 82, yeah.
And what sort of music do you sing?
I'm a bit Tina Turner-ish, a bit Whitney-ish. Gospel, R&B, soul, anything really. Yeah, anything my audience requires.
Is there any particular type that you like?
Yeah, I'm a Tina Turner. I like Tina Turner and Whitney Houston in particular. Yeah, I'm Shirley Bassey. I'm a big voice singer. Yeah, even though I'm not massive, but yeah, got a big voice.
And I know that you're an avid dog lover. So
yeah.
Tell me more about it. How long have you had pets? How long have you had dogs?
Our first dog, Suki, was a Heinz 57. She looked very much like you, Hugo, and she was just amazing. She lived till she was 13, and we just grew up with her. And then the next dog I had after that I rescued because somebody just dumped it. She was called Babe, and I had her for years. She was like another Heinz 57. And then I had Bo, who was a border collie, very intelligent dog. And then after that one, I had Lady, the West Highland Terrier. Again, she lived till she was 30. All my dogs lived till they were about 13, actually. Hugo, you've got a few years yet, mate. Yeah, 10 this year, aren't you? And then I got Hugo, the Jug. Yes, you are. And then recently Florence, who's here by the grace of God, because she's very, very demanding, very needy. Aren't you, Florence? Yes. See, she thinks that I'm here for her to sit on. In fact, you can both get down now. Thank you.
And how does having a dog impact your life?
Especially now since my children have left home, it gives me a reason for doing things. I particularly enjoy taking them for walks, and when you take them out for a walk and watch them having fun, I just think it's just the best feeling, really. Even when they're rolling foxes poo, and cow pats, you know, it's it's still pleasurable to have them out. Yeah, I think they give me a reason daily. Yeah.
I understand that sometimes you have parties at home as well, and where you sing, I presume, and I understand that dogs join you as well.
Oh, absolutely, they love it. Particularly Hugo more so. he's more, he'll sit in my arms and I'll just dance around with him. She will sit in my arms, but then she wants to dance as well. The two don't work. She can't sit in my arms and dance as well. But yeah, they're very musical dogs. I think dogs like music. I really do. I think if I put certain songs on, I think it actually relaxes them. Doesn't it, Hugo?
Is there any particular songs that you think that resonate with them well?
How much is that dog in the window? No. I think they just like music. I mean, sometimes I play opera, classical, rock. You know, on a Friday, it's usually on a Friday when my partner comes home because he works away all week. And on a Friday, we tend to change the light bulb into a disco light bulb and dance around. And the dogs love it, absolutely love it. Yeah.
And is there any particular sort of music that they like or they prefer?
No, anything. They've got an eclectic taste in music, is what I would say. Yes, definitely.
Amazing. And so, what made you to choose Amity Vets, and how has your experience been over here?
Well, I remember walking my dogs around Decoy Park, and that was the first time I met you, and you handed me a leaflet. And I can't remember whether somebody said to me they'd been here or whether it's that I kept the leaflet and basically spent about 2 months looking for. I didn't realise, you said it was near in Brunel, but I wasn't sure where it was. And it wasn't until one day I was walking and I went, that's the vets. And then I found you and I wouldn't go anywhere else. It's the first vets that I've ever been into where I've actually thought it'd be nice to be a dog, because it's just so relaxed. It's the best. My dog, I mean, look at Florence today. She was spayed last week, okay? And she hasn't been at all bothered about coming back here at all, has she? She's just been her normal self, and, you know, they always pull me in. I don't have to pull them in. You know, they just love coming here. And I love this vets. It's the best vets I've ever been to.
And how has, if you can describe, how has Amity changed your life?
I feel I've got a backup system. I feel that because I sometimes, I do use this road to walk along quite a lot with the dogs, and if I want to just nip in, I never feel that I'm a hindrance, or I've got to make an appointment first, or I feel that you're there 24/7 when you're here, you know. So yeah, for me, it's having that reassurance that actually, yeah, I can just phone up or I can just walk in. Yeah, it's reassuring, definitely. And you make good coffee, which I'm going to get now. Here's the coffee.
Thank you. What would be your advice for anybody else who is sort of looking for vets?
I would say try Amity's, definitely, because the experience isn't just about the dog or whatever animal you have, it's about you as well. I feel that when I come in here, you're as much concerned about my welfare as my dog's. So the two go hand in hand, because quite often I've been to vets in the past where they don't even ask you how you are, you know, whereas here I feel that everybody counts, if you know what I'm saying. So I can't recommend Amity's highly enough, really, genuinely. Isn't that right, guys? This is where you're supposed to say woof woof. Yeah. Yes. Florence.
We discussed, we had a little conversation before we discussed about your singing, and how you potentially are hoping to sort of train people.
Yeah, I think I'm getting older now and the audiences are changing. So for me, I'd like to, in the future, pursue passing on the knowledge that I have of performing to young children who want to perform, and just giving them the confidence to say, yeah, I can do this. Yeah, that's my next step.
And what would be your advice to people who want to learn singing? And is there any group that they go to? Is there any structure, organization that they can join to enhance their interest?
Join a choir, join a group where it might be sort of not professional to begin with, you know, anything where you can join, sing in a theatre, you can just sing in a local pub, anything where you can have fun first, where you enjoy it, and then you go on to learn the techniques and all the rest of it. Stage schools, all that sort of thing, really. The thing is, anybody can sing. You know, it's just learning the basics to begin with, and then you follow on from there, depending on how passionate you become about it. You know, but anybody can sing, and everybody can hear a tune. It's just tapping into tuning that tunefulness.
After so many years of singing on stage and off stage as well, you must have so many interesting stories. Can you think of an interesting story to share with us?
Oh my gosh, I've worked with so many people. It's really hard to pick out. I think one of my most claims to fame is I wore the dress that Tina Turner wears in the video for Private Dancer. It's black and it's got silver bits on there. I actually wore that in a show, which was fantastic. That was when I was working in Blackpool, the Horseshoe Bar, and I've just supported lots of different people, really. Like Bob Mankhouse, he was a darling. He was an absolute darling. Crikey, Joe Longthorne. Oh, so many people. Whoever, I can't think. But I've had a good career. Yeah.
Is it always quite smooth sailing? Are there like smooth sailing, or are there plenty of challenges like? Might not work here.
Oh, crikey, I had that the other day. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. But you know, the thing is you learn to deal with it, you know, and you learn how to... I've actually been on stage singing and there was a power cut. And it was like, right, what do we do? Somebody ran down to the garage, got some batteries, because I had a, what do they call them? You carry them around on your own, put the tape in or the CD, that shows you my age now. And we put that in, we lit a few candles, and we did the concert. It was brilliant, you know? You just get on with it, you just do it.
What's the biggest audience that you ever sang for?
Wow. The biggest audience, I think, was when I went to Bahrain for one show. So we flew out, went to Bahrain. It was a huge concert for expats and all sorts. Did the show. I was in a girl group then called the Divas. Did the show and then came back the next day. It was great.
And how big was the group?
Oh, the group, 4-girl group.
No,
it was.
Sorry, how big was the audience?
Audience, I got to say about 2,000 people. Yeah, it was nice though because it was fun. Yeah, I don't get scared going on stage.
I didn't think you would.
No, but this is more scary. Yeah, it is. Isn't it, Florence? Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, there are a lot of people who like singing and they sort of enjoy it as part, and many of them actually want to make it professional or semi-professional. What do you think is the stumbling block, or why do you think people can't push on to the next stage?
I think nowadays it's harder because there's so many people out there doing it at home, making their own stuff, but there's so many different avenues you can go into to try and get to the next step. But I do think programs like X Factor and Britain's Got Talent have almost given people a false sense of security to a certain degree, and everybody who can sing in their bedroom with a hairbrush now thinks that they can be the next, you know, whoever. Yeah. And so for me it's about learning your trade first, because me personally, I've had so many people say, oh, you should do it. The reason why I won't do it is because I like what I do, and I'm a bit stubborn. I don't like to be told what to do, and that's why I've never done that. But, you know, each to their own. You know, if you feel like you've got it, just believe in yourself and go for it. You know, like, what's stopping you?
Is that also your inspiration to want to teach singing?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm at the early stages of researching it and everything like that, because I want to be good at it. I don't want to... I'm good at my job, but I want to be good at teaching somebody else, passing that knowledge on. So I'm in the early stages at the moment. But who knows? We'll see. You'll be the first to know, Lennon, if I do it, okay?
I'll take lessons. Well, thank you very much for your time. I think that was extremely fascinating.
Well, I'm glad you're fascinated by me. I'm not fascinated by me at all. I'm more fascinated by my dogs. Aren't I, Hugo and Florence? Yes.
Actually, how will you describe your personality? I'm interested.
They're completely different.
Yeah, please. Tell me each one.
She is needy. She thinks my lap is for her benefit only. She is the greediest dog I have ever owned. She's the nosiest dog I've ever owned. But she's got the sweetest personality, and she loves being cuddled and She's just a little darling, aren't you? Hugo's Mr. Cool, aren't you, mate? He's just so laid back. He's just, I think as well, because he grew up with my children, whereas she's learning about my children now. But he's just Mr. Cool. He's recently developed selective hearing, and I know it's not because he's deaf. It's just because he just can't be bothered to come when I call him if he wants to. But they're completely different, but they love each other, which is great. When you get another dog or any other animal, you hope that they get on, and I've been so fortunate. I think I did it the right way. They've never rowed. Yeah, they love each other, but she's very needy of him. Very needy of him. Isn't that right, Hughes? But you're just getting greyer by the week. Living with a female, you see.
What's the cheekiest thing that they've done?
Got on the table and nicked some chocolates. He did. What have you done? You're perfect, you're female. You haven't done anything wrong, have you, darling? No. It's always the men, isn't it? I know.
Could you describe an experience whereby you felt, oh, thank God for my dogs?
Oh, every day, really, when I get up. I think that. I think when my last son moved out of home, and got Florence and I got Hugo, and he gave me something that was still in the nest. It wasn't the empty nest syndrome completely. So I remember feeling that, oh, I'm so glad I've got you, Hugo, because he keeps me sane. And then along comes this one, which my son insisted that we got her because Hugo was going to be lonely. And actually, it wasn't a bad idea. Was it, Hughes? Any faults?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a greedy so-and-so. And the one thing I still haven't worked out how to get them to do is to, when they bring the ball back to me, I've tried everything to make them drop it, and neither of them will. Actually, no, you will, but she won't. But, you know, she's only one, so we're working in progress. Just takes a bit longer.
And if you had a magic wand, that's something I'd like to answer.
Okay.
If you got a magic wand, what would your perfect vets look like?
Well, I've already got a perfect vet because I come to Amity's, you know. I mean, and that's the other thing I like about here is the fact that when I walk in, it's not hard sell, it's advice, but there's no poster saying all around where you should do this, you should do that, and it's just, everything feels organic, if you know what I mean. It feels like it's a natural process rather than you walking straight into a brick wall. This is a perfect vet. You know, I love coming to this vet. My dogs love coming to this vet. So I've just described it. Amity's.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Brilliant.